Welcome to Enjoying Everyday Life, and I believe that God is going to help you today through His Word. Do you know that God never meant for life to be complicated? Sometimes I have to remind myself of that because life can get pretty complicated, and as people, we can get complicated. And so it's good to remember that God never intended life to be complicated. He wants our lives to be simple and beautiful and peaceful and joyful. Well, today I'm going to teach you something that sounds basic but can revolutionize your life. If you will learn how to simply pray with faith, it will simplify your life. Well, I've been teaching about the power of simple prayer, and tonight I want to talk to you about simple prayer and a simple life. Life was never meant to be complicated. Jesus didn't die so we could live complicated, frustrated, miserable lives. He died for us so we could have and enjoy our life. Enjoy. Have joy. Enjoy. And complication steals joy. How many of you understand that? The minute that everything gets complicated, then it kills joy. So we need to learn to pray about everything and not stress out over anything. Pray about everything. Don't stress out over anything. Well, why does life have to be so complicated? What can we do to change it? If you want to know the truth, I don't think we can change life. I've finally come to that conclusion, and I think it's a good revelation to get. Because I think too often we spin our wheels trying to do something about something we can't do anything about. We're trying to change this person so we can be happy. We're trying to change this circumstance so we can be happy. And really what we need to do is we need to change our approach to life. You can change a whole situation just by changing the way you think about it. You can change a whole situation just by changing the way you talk about it. You can change a whole situation just by deciding to have a different attitude toward it. And God's been dealing with me that if I want my life to be simpler, because I have got a lot going on, and when you have a lot going on, I mean, it can all start getting mixed up together, and we've got hundreds and hundreds of employees, and we travel all over the world, and just, books and movies and conferences and speaking engagements and on and on and on, and I love all of it. It's all part of what God's called me to do. But the point is, in the midst of it all, I'm determined to enjoy my life. Now, maybe a lot of you don't have a real busy schedule. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, I don't know. Probably most of you do. How many of you have a pretty busy schedule? Okay. Well, it's hard sometimes in the midst of all that to feel like that you can enjoy life, or to be able to say that your life is pretty simple and easy to manage. And I'm determined that I'm not going to be frustrated all the time and aggravated all the time, and that I'm determined that my life is not going to go by in a blur. And I'm determined that I'm going to be not just busy, but fruitful. And so God's been really dealing with me that I need to change my approach to some things. The things are not going to change, so I need to begin to look at them in a totally different way. Simplicity means single, consisting of one thing. Unmingled. Just being double-minded will complicate your life. Make a decision, change your mind. Make a decision, change your mind. Make a decision, you believe you heard from God. Now you doubt that you heard from God. You go out and get a new haircut, you love your new haircut. Somebody gives you a funny look. Now you doubt you should have got your haircut. Now you're frustrated till it grows back. If you're going to be simple, you can't be double-minded. You got to make your mind up to something and go for it. The word simple means sincere, with no duplicity, no hidden agenda, but having a pure heart, not complex or complicated. The Bible says that it's the fervent, effectual prayer of a righteous man that avails much and makes tremendous power available. But the Amplified Bible says that part of the definition of that whole phraseology is the sincere prayer. If part of the definition of the word simple is sincere, then it's a simple prayer, full of faith, that gets God's attention. To be honest, we have to beware of talking to impress ourselves when we're trying to pray. I think sometimes we just want to sound eloquent. We want to impress God with our phrases and impress God with how holy we sound. And He just wants to have a little chat with you. He just wants you to talk to Him like you would a friend, not get a different voice tone when you talk to God. If you don't speak in Elizabethan English during the day, you don't need to when you go to pray. Hallelujah. And I mean it. I'm very serious about this. I think a lot of people have a problem with their prayer life. Matter of fact, I don't think very many people are really satisfied with their prayer life. If you say to most people, you know, how do you feel about your prayer life? You know. Are you satisfied with your prayer life? Well, no, not really. Well, you know what? I can tell you, I'm satisfied with my prayer life. I believe God hears my prayers. I believe I pray a lot. I don't know how much I pray because I don't go around counting it. I used to do that. And you know, finally I thought, if one of my kids came to visit me, got 5 minutes left, I'd want to slap them. I think we need to pray till we're finished, and then we need to go on about our business, and next time we feel like we need to pray some more. The Bible says to pray without ceasing. And I think it's great to start your morning with some special set-apart time for God. I highly recommend that. I think it's very good to seek God early in the morning. I think it's good to talk to Him first thing in the morning, last thing at night. But it's even more important, I think, that you pray your way through the day. The only way we're going to keep life simple is if we're praying simple prayers all through the day, getting God's help, letting God get involved in everything that we do. There's a wonderful scripture in Proverbs 3. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and mind, lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. One of the great ways to stay in fellowship with God is just to acknowledge Him in each and everything that you do. God's plan for man is simple. Salvation, the plan of salvation is simple. It's so simple that really smart people sometimes don't get it. Now, not everybody's this way, but to be honest, sometimes the more education somebody gets, the harder it is for them to believe the simple plan of salvation, because it doesn't make any sense to the mind. There's nothing complicated about God, and He doesn't want us to be complicated. He actually says, you will not inherit the kingdom if you don't come as a little child. You have to come very simply, just like a little child, and say, I believe. I believe. You know, one of the reasons why life is so complicated is because we don't always just believe. We just need to believe. Hebrews 4 says, if we believe, we will enter the rest of God. Just believe. Say, I believe. We need to practice just believing. Well, make a decision to change your approach to life. You can make some decisions. If I get my feelings hurt, I'm going to get over it. If I get mad, I'm not going to stay mad. I remember one night Dave and I had an argument. Thank God we don't argue that much anymore, but we used to go at it all the time years ago. And I suppose I did most of the arguing. He was a pretty peaceful guy, but we were arguing about something, I don't remember what it was, and got mad, and we officially made up before we went to bed, because, you know, we knew we were supposed to do that. Don't go to bed angry. And but I'm the kind of person that wants to figure everything out, and so this was a certain type of an argument that we'd had over and over and over. Do you have anything like that in your life where you just keep going over that same thing over, and you're just like, when are we ever going to get beyond this? And every time that particular thing would come up, Dave and I would get into an argument, and I was so fed up with it, and I didn't want it to happen anymore. And so Dave went to bed and went to sleep, and I went to my office, my little office in the house, and I was determined that I was going to stay up until I figured out why this kept happening over and over, because I didn't want it to happen again. So I was in there a couple hours, didn't hear nothing, just got more and more frustrated all the time. I mean, I was going through scriptures and giving it this, I need a word from you, God, and, you know, all that thing that we do. You ever do that when you get frustrated? Don't you love it when you, woe be unto you, you wicked sinner. Ooh, I better try that again. We're all so funny. We all try to hear from God like that. You know, the funny thing is that sometimes when you're a baby Christian, He'll speak to you like that. But that's not going to last forever, because sooner or later He wants you to know most of what's in here. So you don't have to get one page supernaturally, but whatever your problem is, you know what the answer is because you've got it in your heart. And so nothing was working for me that night, and I just kept getting more and more and more frustrated, and I went to the bathroom, which was in our bedroom, and walked by, and there's Dave. Oh, God, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. God, I don't know what to do. God, I just can't stand it if this happens again, God. What am I going to do? And God spoke to me, and He said, why don't you try going to bed and going to sleep like Dave? Now, see, that's how simple it could have been. Is anybody hearing me tonight? That is how simple it could have been. I could have prayed a simple prayer. God, I don't want this to happen again. I know there's something going on here that Dave and I are not seeing. We keep coming up to this same place all the time. If it's me, show me. If it's him, show him. Whatever it is, God, show us the answer. I cast my care on you. Go to bed and go to sleep. So simple. But oh no. No, no, no. I had to stay up and cry and carry on until I had a headache and a neck ache, and then didn't sleep good when I did get in bed. Folks, we've got to change our approach. Are you understanding me? I'm going to talk to whichever side gets the most excited, so. Let's see how you guys go. Oh, they got you beat. You know, I really want to make sure that you grasp what I'm saying, that life is probably not going to change. And I don't mean to be negative when I say this, but there's a pretty good chance it may get worse. Why? Just because of the way things are in the world today. I mean, if you look over like the past 20 years things have gotten worse. And like I said, I'm not trying to be critical and negative, but I don't believe that we have to be afraid of that or concerned about that, because I believe as long as we approach life in faith, believing God, trusting God, knowing how to pray our way through things, that no matter what life does, it doesn't have to get in us and affect us. No wonder the Apostle Paul prayed and said, the Bible says that it was his determined purpose to know him and the power of his resurrection that lifts man out from among the dead even while he's in the body. Well, what's he really saying? I am determined to get to know God in such a way that no matter what is going on around me, I am lifted above it. Now that's the privilege for a believer, that no matter what's going on, you don't let the circumstances get in you. And if you don't let it get in you, then it has no authority over you. I was always a rather complicated person. I guess my childhood was pretty complicated, and so maybe things were so complicated for me when I was little that I just took a complicated view toward everything. And God has changed me a lot, and I'm learning all the time how to keep things simpler. But I actually had the ability to complicate what would start out to be a simple barbecue. We went to church and we loved God and we were involved in church, and after church on Sunday I might say to two couples, that's 4 people, why don't you guys come over next Sunday after church? Now I didn't think about this, I didn't pray about it, I just said it, made a commitment. Hey, why don't you guys come over next Sunday? Okay, you ever done that and then by the time Sunday came around you thought, what did I do that for? I call it the loose mouth disease. Saying things without thinking about whether you even want to do it or not. It's like walking by a plate full of cookies and picking one up and putting it in your mouth, and you don't even really want the thing. You just, no, you just do it. It's just there, so you do it. So I'd say, hey, why don't you guys come over next Sunday? I'll throw some hot dogs on the grill. We'll just open up some pork and beans, get some potato chips, and I'll make some iced tea, and we'll just fellowship and have a good time. Kids can play out in the yard. Maybe we'll... play some cards or play some, horseshoes or whatever, Well, now that sounded nice, didn't it? Could have probably enjoyed that. But I had a week to get ready for this barbecue. And I'll tell you what, in a week, it turned into not a barbecue, but a nightmare. Because during those 7 days, the hot dogs became steaks that I couldn't afford to buy. The 4 people became about 32 people, because I would think about all the people that I didn't invite, that if they found out I had it and invited those people, would get their feelings hurt and get offended. And so now I've got this humongous thing going on. Now I got to clean the whole house. Back then we had to wax the floors, and the hardwood floors we did have, we had to buff them all the time, and so I had to wax the floor and buff the hardwood floors, clean the whole house. And about the middle of the week I'd get mad at Dave because he wasn't helping me get ready for this huge party that we're having, that I started and he didn't really want anything to do with anyway. And then I'd be wanting him to paint the barbecue pit and go to the nursery and get some flowers and plant some flowers and buy some new patio furniture, because now I'm wanting to impress everybody. And I'm telling you the honest to God's truth, by the time the people got there, I didn't even like them. I didn't want them in my house. I was mad at the whole bunch of them for coming. Dave and I weren't speaking. And I couldn't wait for them to leave. And I was a nutcase when it came to cleaning, and the whole time that they were there, I would clean under their feet. I'd sweep the floor while they were sitting at the table. And if they sat their cup down, I don't care what was in it, it got washed. Now you're laughing because you recognize. Now I ask you a question. Was that complicated party life's fault? I just wish I could enjoy my life. I just do all the work around here. Just wish I could enjoy my life. Go to Luke chapter 10. Uh-oh, you know where we're going, don't you? Some of you do. Martha, Martha. going on right here. Luke chapter 10, verse 38. Now while they were on their way, it occurred that Jesus entered a certain village, and a woman named Martha received and welcomed him into her house. And she had a sister named Mary, who seated herself at the Lord's feet and was listening to his teaching. And Martha, overly occupied and too busy, was distracted with much serving, and she came up to him and said, Lord, is it nothing at all to you that my sister has left me to do all the work? Tell her to help me. How many times did I pray to God, why don't you make that man help me? It is not fair for him to watch football while I do the work. It is not fair for him to go out to the driving range and hit golf balls while I do the work. Why is that I'm the only one around here that does any work? Well, my name might as well have been Martha back then. You know what happens to people who don't know how to live simple lives and they create messes? They always get mad at the people that are enjoying their lives, that want to live simple lives. And I'm glad now that Dave didn't let me take his joy away from him, because his stability eventually became a witness to me, and I got hungry for the peace that I saw in his life. We don't have to live the complicated lives that we live, and I'm still much more than him. I'm always starting something and putting together something and organizing something and getting something going, you know. Dave just kind of gets up every day, has a nice day. But oh no, I could tell you what I'm doing next Thursday at 8 o'clock. Well, you know, part of that's just me and part of it's the gifting on my life, and that's all fine. But I have learned, well, I tell you what, I don't get committed to nearly as much as I used to way out there, because I've found out when out there comes, I'm not going to want to do it. And it's real easy to just get yourself overcommitted. Then we go around crabbing about our schedules all the time, and the bottom line is, if you don't like your schedule, change it. You made it. You're the only one that can do anything about it. Come on now, I'm preaching good. You might as well clap and shout. I wore myself out by overloading my schedule, doing things that I... Did not have to do. I'm going to say it again. I wore myself out by overloading my schedule, doing things I did not realize. Somebody say amen to that. We wear ourselves out by overloading our schedule, doing things that we're doing for wrong reasons, or we really don't even have to do them to start with. Can I give you a revelation? You don't have to be involved in everything that goes on. I didn't know that. And then I blamed Dave for not helping me relieve the pressure that I alone had created. The result was I had a miserable week. The answer, two things: don't have parties, or learn how to simplify my approach. Well, today you can greatly simplify your life by simply changing your approach to life. Instead of worrying about things or trying to figure things out, you can decide to just pray, put it in God's hands, and let Him deal with it. Well, to help you do that, today we're offering my new book entitled The Power of Simple Prayer. And I believe it's really going to bless you. Someone said, Joyce, you cover everything that anybody could ever think of about prayer in this book, and that's exactly what I tried to do. And as a bonus, as a gift to you, when you request this book, we also want you to have the DVD titled Simple Prayer, Simple Life. I want life to be simple for you so you can really enjoy it. And then I want you to stay with me because I have a closing word at the end.
When I was growing up, prayer was just something we did at dinner time.
Prayer was this religious thing we did. You know, it wasn't enjoyable, it wasn't powerful.
Your prayers have power, and in today's offer, you'll discover things you never knew about the simplicity and strength in the prayers of God's people. Today, we have a very special offer for you. Request the power of simple prayer with your donation of $25 or more. And when you do, Joyce wants you to have her DVD teaching, Simple Prayer, Simple Life, as a free gift. Take advantage of today's offer right now. Call toll.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison the ride. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. Flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, don't rise the sun.
Welcome to Enjoying Everyday Life, and I believe that God is going to help you today through His Word. Do you know that God never meant for life to be complicated? Sometimes I have to remind myself of that, because life can get pretty complicated, and as people, we can get complicated. And so it's good to remember that God never intended life to be complicated. He wants our lives to be simple and beautiful and peaceful and joyful. Well, today I'm going to teach you something that sounds basic, but can revolutionize your life. If you will learn how to simply pray with faith, it will simplify your life. Well, I've been teaching about the power of simple prayer, and tonight I want to talk to you about simple prayer and a simple life. Life was never meant to be complicated. Jesus didn't die so we could live complicated, frustrated, Amen.